Guys, welcome back to Logpose Lounge. My name is Popo, and today I'm here with my co-hosts Chris and Adrian.
Hello.
Hey guys.
All right, so today we're going to be diving into the main story arcs of One Piece via a tier list. Series has been running for like 24 years now, Chris. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, it's taken us on quite the journey of ups and downs between unyielding joy and, want to smash your head into a brick wall. But we're gonna be diving into this and ranking these tiers based off memories on what we see, and we'll see how this goes. So that being said, let's dive in. First things first. First things first, guys. What's up?
I was gonna say, what's pretty interesting about this guy? We're gonna get three different perspectives from three different individuals. Because Popo, you have seen the anime only.
I'm anime only, but around chapter 1000s when I actually started reading. Eventually, I'm gonna go back and read the manga as I should, but I can't guarantee that's gonna be for a while.
And I'm manga only. I've only seen a couple of scenes.
Mm-hmm.
While he's both. He's on both camps. He's playing both sides.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep, playing both sides. Either way, I come up on top.
Chris.
Like Buggy.
Buggy's he's the ringleader of everything. He's the greatest villain of all time. But based on what we've seen so far, guys, what's your favorite arc so far?
Boxing arc. Everything else is trash.
Why is the Davy back fight your favorite arc?
It's the best arc that embodies piratism to its core. Man versus man. Man versus man. The stakes are high.
Man versus man. Man versus sea.
Stakes are high in that one, okay?
Yeah. They lost two members.
There's a training arc that goes extremely well.
They lost like, what was it? Like 100 million and 50 berries and pirates they lost? Or what was Robin's bounty in that part?
She only had 80.
It was 80? Okay. Yeah. So 80 million and 50 for Chopper?
Chopper didn't have a bounty yet at that point.
Oh, he didn't have oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, here's like the lowest bounty.
And I don't think in the manga, I think they lost Robin. That was only anime, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't remember them losing Robin.
I think it was just Chopper.
They lost Robin at the beginning of Water 7, and then
that's the plot material.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Back to our favorites. My favorite is Water 7, definitely. Just the whole like mystery aspect of this new weird water city, and then like they lose Usopp and then they lose Robin. And it's kind of like a thriller, and it's like, what's going on? Who are these people? And then the big reveal at the end.
Yeah, I really like how it kind of expands a little bit on just how involved the world government is in corruption, and really just how evil they are.
I mean, they are pirates.
I know. I mean, I'm talking about the government more or less, though.
Well, I'm saying, are pirates the bad guys?
Yeah, they are the bad guys, but I mean, we're also just talking about a monarchy that's disguised as whatever it is.
Democracy.
Yeah, more or less. I don't even know if I want to say democracy, but sure.
Oh, definitely.
Probably like on the surface, but not really though.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was just 20 kings coming together to be one king, more or less, just with 20 heads.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got, well, technically 6 because of the Gorosei.
All right, back to ranking. Or I guess, what is your favorite arc, Popo?
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. It's like a combo of Water 7 and Enies Lobby, just that whole ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I mean, my favorite scene in that was just when Usopp, Sniper King, when Sniper King just
Soken?
Soja King. The greatest song. He's the greatest #1 hit of all time. But no, when he just with no hesitation fires a shot at that flag and just declares war. Like that's like the bravest I've seen Usopp in that entire series, hands down.
I thought your favorite scene
I'm
was when Usopp was Zoro's sword because they were handcuffed together.
that's great too. Don't get me wrong. That's amazing. That's the greatest writing I've ever seen. Adrian, what about you?
All jokes aside, of the Foxy arc, I'm gonna agree with Chris. Water 7 is one of my favorite arcs, but I'm gonna choose something a little bit different. I do like the post-war arc, especially where they show what the crew's been up to during the time skip. The training, how they're missing Luffy, how Luffy's kind of grieving over Ace's death. With the exception of Sabo. Okay, I don't really like Sabo. I'm gonna be honest with that.
Wow, hot take.
Hot take right there. Hot take. It was just a useless filler, in my opinion. Like, come on, like another.
I wouldn't call it useless.
It's useless.
It kind of just dives into showing how strong their bond actually is.
And it was like about. I mean, I guess we can get to it when we get there, but it was like it was about like Ace's backstory and like why he is what he was, kind of.
Yeah.
Oh, like the training montage of like the 2 years and like how they miss Luffy and where they eventually will meet at their destined point. I thought that was just really, really well done. It's like the best time skip I've seen in anime, like manga history. One thing we should have mentioned, spoiler to anybody who has not read or watched the anime, we're going to be spoiling a hell of a lot of things in this video. So, beware.
A little late, I feel, but sure.
Yeah.
We can cut that and move it.
Of course.
All right.
Imagine.
Not to mention, Mr. Sterry, just such a piece of shit, but he's so beautiful.
Not to mention.
Wait, who?
Not to mention Sabo's brother.
Oh, Stelly.
Like, yeah, or Stelly. I mean, he is just such a piece of work, man. I mean, he tries to be this thing that he's not. That he's just weak as shit, and meanwhile his brother's just going around just picking fights with admirals like left and right. He doesn't care.
I should have picked Stelly as my person who deserves the One Piece.
He does deserve the One Piece. That's the only man worthy of the One Piece. Clearly.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, we got 24 years of stuff to go through. So let's get to it. Where we started? Which one we starting with, boss?
We're starting with Romance Dawn. This arc includes Luffy's flashback with Shanks, and also meeting Kobe and Alvida, and the Zoro introduction as well. So like all that stuff.
Kobe. A tier. I'm putting in A tier. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry at all. Cut that out.
I mean, I respect its content, and it's very necessary. I mean, every story has to have a starting point, but I'm gonna go B-. Going B- only because it was a little dragged out. It was kind of dry. But then again, this is also kind of comparing it to every arc that followed, and I mean, they only get stronger. And just going from like watching Wano and then going back to Romance Dawn. I mean, obviously, like one's gonna be way more entertaining than the other, but just when I first saw it, I liked it enough to keep watching the series. That's the best way I could put it.
I like I definitely agree with everything you say. However, I'm viewing this with like a rose-tinted glasses, with nostalgia. Mm-hmm. But everything I think about of One Piece kind of comes down from this arc.
Right. Like I completely understand why anyone would want to rate it A. S would be debatable, but I mean, I'm just kind of I have a hard time like kind of distinguishing between or not having any kind of bias towards like, seeing all their new powers and abilities versus, what was it, like Gum Gum Firework or something he was doing. Like Luffy's moves were just a lot. Luffy was just sillier back at like pre-time skip, and it felt like more of a comedy. It didn't feel like as serious until they started to get into the later arcs.
Yeah, definitely. I would probably rank it A minus. Like you guys said, this is the first arc for the series, so some things maybe like feel a little bit slow, especially in the anime. I feel, even though they were like one episode per like chapter, I believe, so it wasn't too bad. But I definitely agree. It's good and it's iconic, but not top tier.
Not top tier. I definitely agree.
Where do you guys want to put it?
I want to say A.
Yeah, I can go with A. Like I said, I mean, I can understand why someone would put it there. I just don't think it was as nostalgic to me as you guys, but at the same time, I can still understand why it belongs in A.
Has the best opening out of every One Piece. The original One Piece
Are you talking about the One Piece rap?
Yes.
Because that low-key slaps.
Therefore, it's Skybox. Therefore, it's Skybox.
Go! Dream it!
Skyrocket's up to A.
Oh, God. So we got that A. What's up next here?
All right, next we have the Orange Village arc, I believe it's called, and that's with Buggy, and we also get introduced to Nami in this arc. I don't know, like villain. I think he's just like that guy in the background.
Yeah, he's just kind of a guy where nothing works out for him.
Everything does.
He only gets misfortune. Shanks offered him a treasure map to take his straw hat back. He's like, "Oh, I was just messing with you."
All right. What do you guys think of this?
Not as funny today.
Adrian?
I want to say, I kind of want to roll off with what I said for the intro arc, where I still think this is the quintessential One Piece that I remember. Even like
it's like a foundation for you.
Basically, the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
We introduced to Name, who eventually half-asses joins the crew, but then also we're introduced to Buggy, like the first real threat. He has the same, devil fruit. Not same devil fruit, but he's the devil fruit as Luffy, and he's just harassing them. I think it was just wonderful. Like, everything that I knew about One Piece back when it first aired is because of these two arcs. So I'm putting up an A tier. It's just downright fun. I think if anybody who reads or watches One Piece will get captivated by these two arcs and kind of will progress forward with the series. Again, I know the big one is coming soon. The one that makes everybody, if you get to this point, 95% of all readers or watchers will definitely dedicate to it. But I still think this is all downright fun.
It's either you're all in or all out. Yeah, like if you don't like it, it's like if you don't like it by that specific arc, then there's no point.
What about you, Popo? What would you rank this Buggy arc?
Honestly, I'll probably go B plus. Honestly, like I can't say I'm super strong for or against it, but I still like Adrian said, it is like a founding arc, and it kind of sets the story and sets the world a little, not really sets the world, but gets us introduced to characters we're going to be dealing with for a while. And I still see its relevance and its importance, so I can respect it enough to give it a B plus.
I would give it a B minus. Like,
B minus? Sure,
there's nostalgia and stuff, but I feel like that arc was kind of dragged on a little bit with the fights. Because Luffy was stuck in a cage. Like, Luffy gets stuck in a lot of things, especially in the anime. So I feel like just waiting for Luffy to get out of a cage. And this, especially rewatching it recently, like last year when it came to Netflix, I feel like that arc drags on a bit. But I do
don't
like what you said. I do really like the introduction of Buggy and his crew, and Nami's great too. So
honestly, what I will say after watching that, I did think that Buggy was going to have more of a role in the story. Just it just kind of felt that way. But I'm kind of happy he has the role that he does. I mean, the fact that he ended up being a warlord is just hysterical to me. I mean, he just faked it till he didn't even make it. He's always going to be faking it until he finds the One Piece.
So where would you guys like to put this?
Wait, Luffy got stuck in a cage. I don't remember this.
Yeah, actually.
It's probably anime.
Oh, jeez.
We can talk about all the times Luffy gets stuck in things when we get to the arcs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Luffy's he tries too hard half the time, and because like in Water 7, when he got stuck between those buildings, he almost drowns. It's just because he was trying to imitate Kaku.
That's you guys' problem. You guys watch the anime. You know, if you read the manga, it would skyrocket up to an A tier.
Maybe.
I don't know about that, Adrian. I think you're alone on this one. But
want to put it at B?
No, Adrian, you're the one who's ranking it high. So I'm mid. Chris is low. You're high.
I'm like, I have a different experience with this arc with you guys. You guys get to see the filler stuff. I don't. So remove the filler, you still get a quality arc. Don't you agree?
I'm not saying it's not quality. I'm just saying it's not as nostalgic to myself or Chris as it is to you. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not going to knock it. I'm still giving it a B plus.
Want to meet in the middle? Do B plus or B, Adrian? Is that fine?
Yeah, I think we can settle with like
high B. Yeah, high B. Okay.
All right. Next is the Syrup Village arc. And this is where we meet Usopp and Koro.
S.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people do not like this arc at all.
Trash. This is trash.
All right, Popo, since you said S, why do you like this arc so much?
Okay, I'm being sarcastic, but I'm an Usopp fan. I like Usopp too much, man. Realistically, how much? I'm trying to remember from the previous arc.
You cannot defend it.
I just mentioned I was joking about it being S, dude. I mean, I just like Usopp too much, but realistically, I mean, I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C, just a regular C.
I was saying the same thing.
Yeah,
like there's some fun gags, but like the last arc drags on. Just I don't know.
It's a D for me. It's a D for me, dog. Yeah, it's trash.
Usopp
can't save it. And I hated Usopp. I hated Usopp when he was first introduced.
I feel like most people hated Usopp for a while, actually.
I mean, he's such a clown, and it's just like, I mean, even though we literally had a clown before that, he's just more of a clown.
I think it's more like he's the everyman.
Yeah.
And like a scaredy cat, and people don't want that.
But we need it. We need the dynamic. We need to watch. We need a character we can see grow.
True.
At the end of this series, he is going to be the scariest man on the planet.
However, it doesn't help this clusterfuck of a arc here with a terrible villain, terrible support characters. I can literally fall asleep in this arc and wake up and the plot just barely moves an inch.
What, you don't like the Meow Band brothers? And Django?
Django. Who the fuck's Django?
Yeah, Django's the dude with the yo-yo.
That
was
hypnosis guy?
Yeah, hypnosis guy.
It's more or less a yo-yo.
Okay, it gets a point for Django, but it's still D.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like I said, I mean, are you talking just regular D, or would you even go D plus?
It scores a healthy 60.
Healthy 60. I can get behind that.
You want to put it in D?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it pains me, but we'll put it in D.
I mean, we still have some arcs to go. We can.
Usopp's still my boy.
Yeah. All right. Next,
Though his real arc is we still have to get to.
yes. Okay. Next arc is the Bronte arc, where we meet
A tier, baby.
where we meet Sanji.
Chris, I know you're S.
I like it more in the manga, just because, just like the other like first arcs, I feel like it kind of dragged down a little bit. But
Okay,
definitely
just
seeing, I think the highlight is definitely Zoro versus Mihawk for sure.
Yeah, that's the highlight.
Right.
So I would put it
I
A
mean,
at least.
we really get to see what kind of a man like Zoro is, and just like what is like we get to see that's the furthest to the extent we've seen his resolve, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only getting higher from there. But so because I haven't read the manga, well, clearly as much as you guys, but what's probably like the key difference between the manga and the anime there? Is it just like what's like a key factor, like pacing, or is it just in terms of content, or just how
Pacing.
Yeah, I think it's
pacing.
always going to be pacing for the most part. Just because anime likes to draw out scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like this is...
I say A tier.
A tier.
I like the battle between Mihawk and Zoro. It's
just kind of shows up. He's like, I was chasing these guys because I was bored.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he pulls out this like small little like sword to defeat Zoro.
Like, if I had any smaller blades, I'd use them, but unfortunately, I do not. You'll have to suffer with this little pocket knife that I hang around my neck to pick my teeth.
What about Don Krieg? Do you like him?
Don Krieg, I mean, it's when we first hear about someone who's been to the Grand Line.
And gets demolished immediately.
Yeah. And then and then we really get to see just the strength of what some of these pirates can have. Well, not to mention Mihawk just floats up on a casket. Like this man is just he's just vibing, floating on a casket in the sea with a chair. I'm just gonna casually follow these guys. He's not even really trying to chase them. He's just going the same way they are, just because he has nothing better to do.
Yeah, he wanted to finish them off.
Yeah, you gotta double tap him, man.
I also enjoy Sanji's mini arc here, the backstory, Sanji as a character.
Sanji had Sanji had one of the cooler backstories.
Oh, just wait.
I felt. Oh yeah. You're right.
A tier.
A tier. Yeah, I can agree. I'll go A tier as well.
Do you like it more or less than Romance Dawn?
I like it more personally, just because it's more. It's just more action, honestly.
Yeah,
that's it. I didn't
and
like
we also
Kobe
have
as much too.
They introduced Pearl from the jungle. Did you know Pearl grew up in the jungle?
I mean,
do you remember Pearl?
Tarzan from the jungle.
Wiki time. Hang
on. Let's look it up.
You know the guy with like the pearl on his head? Pearl.
Oh yeah.
He's from the jungle.
I remember who you're talking. I remember who you're talking about.
All right, enough about Pearl. Let's get on to Arlon Park.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
I think this is a lot of people like when they like you watch this, then you're into the series after this. Like you were saying.
Yeah, because again, just going back to the resolve, it really just solidifies their resolve and desire to be it shows what they're willing to do for one another to stick up for each other. It shows that they're serious about it.
All right, what would you give it?
S.
All right.
S tier.
I want to call this the first S tier because we kind of get to see what everyone gets to do, even lowly little Usopp with Usopp Rubber Band of Doom, Usopp Hammer, guys, come on.
Adrian, what are your thoughts?
S tier. Yeah, I said S tier as well. I really like Arlon as a villain. He's such a very hateable villain.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Naminé reveals that she's a member of the Arlon Pirates and she was just playing Luffy was also nice.
That really came out of left field, by the way.
Yeah, when she killed Usopp, that was great.
Like, it's not surprising that she betrayed them, but it's surprising that of like what she betrayed them for. I guess like it's if I had to pick anything like where it was gonna go, that wouldn't be where I would pick.
We also see, I think still a top tier flashback with Nami's flashback, where we see her upbringing with her mom and her sister, and we see how Arlong put her into a dungeon, her mom into a dungeon forever, in the 4Kids version.
We didn't even. Oh, yeah, with Romance Down, we didn't even talk about that ridiculous gun that Helmeppo was using against Zoro. What was that thing? It was like
a hammer gun or something.
It was like 16 rubber bands connecting to a hammer. What was he gonna do? Bonk him on the head until he's got like.
That will show him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. This is S tier as well. This is also, I think, the second time Luffy's been stuck in something. So Luffy put his feet in like the ground to do windmill, I believe. Come windmill. And then Arlong threw him into the water, and he was stuck in the water for a little bit until Zoro and Sanji freed him.
Wasn't there like a shark or something swimming in the water too that he beat the shit out of or something?
There was the sea cow, Momu.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's the second best cow in the series.
I also like this arc just because they're like the characters they introduce that come back later that we don't necessarily expect them to come back. Like Hachan. Yeah. He's a big player. Like even seeing Arlong later on in flashbacks. Oh, yeah. It's good to see that as well.
Well, it is also the first time we get to, it is also the first time we get to see like another race that exists in the world. And we actually get to see some of a little bit more of the dynamic of how they're treated, how they treat others, yada yada yada. And I thought that was interesting. I like world building. I respect world building a little bit more.
Yeah, same. Plus, we see more like government corruption with the guy that Arlong's paying off. Just like seething this thing.
So when I was like you said, when One Piece got thrown out of Netflix and I was rewatching it a bit, I had a little bit of Mandela effect because I always thought that Arlong was a warlord for some reason, but then I got him mixed up with Crocodile because I think Crocodile was the first warlord they came into contact with. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. All right. So speaking of Crocodile, Alabasta should be next. So we can unanimously agree that this is here. Oh no!
You're way
Calm down.
You're way too ahead of you. You're way too ahead.
All right.
Oh wow.
This is S tier.
Sorry guys, I'm exposed. I'm a fake fan.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Okay. You know what I'm doing.
The next real arc is Logtown. This arc is where the crew gets goods and gets ready to go to the Grand Line. During this, we meet Smoker, we see Buggy and Alvida again, and it's just...
Not to mention, we get to meet Luffy's father.
Yes.
Even though we don't really know that that's his father.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
So, what are your thoughts on this arc?
Oh, also, Smoker.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Here we go. I
totally forgot about Smoker.
I mean, I just said it, but yeah.
Oh, well, wow. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I can't read, guys. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
But, sorry. Not to mention, you had Zoro's interaction with Tashigi. And him kind of flexing his balls a little bit with him tossing the sword up, finding... What was the name of the sword he got for free from that guy saying it was a cursed blade? I'm forgetting the name.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. But I remember him getting the cursed blade. C tier.
Yeah. C tier?
Yeah.
I'll go I want to go mid B. Just because of the characters involved. And plus there's comparisons, I guess. Just the fact that it's a naval officer that's kind of high strung on catching pirates and justice, kind of like how Garp was to Roger. You kind of see that kind of bud a little bit between Luffy and Smoker, but I mean, it's still kind of early to tell. We haven't really seen enough of Smoker in the series to really solidify that.
I would give this a C plus, just for the buggy car mode where he turns into a car.
I can't even remember that. But...
What?
Was that not in the manga?
I don't think this is not in the manga at all.
So Buggy transforms his body into like a straight, and then he holds the car, the wheels, with his hands and legs, and he drives Buggy car.
I have to Google this. Excuse me.
Yeah.
We also get.
I kind of want to Google. Google Buggy Clown. I kind of want to Google Buggy Clown, but I don't want to at the same time.
Oh, Buggy car mode's pretty. It's pretty gold. Hang on. I'll put a picture in here.
Don't put a picture. Just cause.
Yeah.
What? Oh, this was Indy.
Also, we get some filler in this arc as well. I think each character gets a filler. I remember like Sanji gets a cooking filler, like competition filler. We also have Usopp. He gets his sniper goggles from like this sniper tournament he does. I think there might be another one, but I don't remember. But those are pretty entertaining for the most part. Plus, we have Luffy like almost getting just executed by Buggy at the beginning of this series. So that was fun. What do you guys want to rank it all together?
I want to say C.
Yeah, I think it's C.
It has some good world building stuff. It has some good characters, but it just feels like a little bit like a transition chapter.
Next arc we're doing is
Reverse Mountain.
Yes, the Reverse Mountain arc. In this arc, the Straw Hats finally make it to the Grand Line, but what's waiting for them on the other side is a giant mountain whale, I believe they're called Laboon. We also meet a weird lighthouse keeper, Crocus. What do you guys think of this
arc? C.
I'll go C plus. Laboon had a nice little moment. Not to mention we get some of Luffy's beautiful artwork.
Yeah, this arc is super short too. If I remember correctly.
It's only like 6 episodes or something. Isn't it? Yeah, how many chapters was it? Like 2, 3?
Probably. Yeah, this arc. Well, it's important for like the overall story with like Brook and stuff, but on its own, I would agree C as well.
I mean, it is their first encounter with someone on the Grand Line. It's like their first interaction. Like, yeah, it's just their first stop in the Grand Line. You know, it's a pivotal moment. Not really pivotal, but I mean, it shows just how difficult it is to actually make the journey alone. Like, think about how many ships and crews have tried to go up Reverse Mountain and end up just, crashing.
Yeah, into the whale. Yep.
Yeah. But not the Going Merry.
Would you guys put this?
C.
Did you like this arc more or less than Logtown at C?
I would put it below Logtown personally.
Same.
I mean, just because it was pretty short, but it was enjoyable enough to at least include it in C.
Same.
But I would say Logtown still goes above it, just in terms of significance.
Okay. So the next arc we will be doing is Whiskey Peak. This is an arc where we meet the Baroque Works agents for the first time. We meet Vivi and all the rest of them. Well,
wait, how many? Wait, isn't the first one's Mr. 2, right?
No, we don't
Or-
see him
or-
until
or-
afterwards,
Or
like
is
a
that
while.
Oh, okay. Wait, who's the first Baroque Works agent we meet?
Mr. Nine, I believe.
9. Back to
It's whatever the one that was with Vivi. I feel like I don't really remember this arc that well. I remember like Zoro was fighting a lot of guys, and Luffy got mad at him for fighting them and beating them up, and then Luffy and Zoro fought. But other than that, kind of forgettable, and
It is forgettable.
it's
Yeah.
like we said about Long Time, kind of just like this is an arc to set up this next saga kind of thing. So
Yeah,
honestly, I would even put it at D.
Yeah, because I barely remember this at all. I almost want to F.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's barely. I can't remember anything too much.
You want to put an F?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's. I think we should go F.
I can do F.
All right.
Yeah.
First F. Okay, well, let's move on to next arc. Next arc is Little Garden. This is where the Straw Hats meet Dory and Brogy, the giants who have been fighting each other for hundreds of years. What do you guys think about this arc?
Another forgettable arc, to be honest.
I don't know. Forgettable, just because it's. I mean, again, like I'm a little bit more partial towards the world building aspect, and like we get introduced to giants for the first time, and I think that that's interesting enough to at least put it at D plus. Say.
I would disagree. It's just not as memorable.
I mean, it's not, but I mean, it's still a little significant. I mean, plus we kind of get to see a little bit of ambition from Usopp a bit too. Well, that's also why I kind of have a little bit of bias, but I can definitely understand why it'd be forgettable. Just for me, I wouldn't be able to put anything less than like medium D plus.
I actually kind of like this arc. I would do C in the C's.
C?
Just because we meet Dory and Brogy, and there's a lot of fun gags in this arc. We have Zoro and Sanji doing like a hunting competition to see whose dinosaur is longer that they catch. And we also have when Mr. 3 shows up and he has Vivi, Nami, and Zoro captured in his wax candle cake thing, and Zoro's like, I'm just gonna cut my legs off, and then he tries it and then he gets stuck there, and then he I think my favorite gag from this arc is Zoro you guys need a pose or you're gonna look stupid when you get totally waxed.
Oh yeah.
We also have the Baroque work agents who are there fighting with them. You have that snot bomb guy and the Miss Wednesday as well.
It's a detail.
We have Mr. Prince, he's introduced.
Who's Mr. Prince?
Sanji, his alter ego.
Oh. Detail.
Is it below? Where would you put it, above or below the Kuro arc?
How about that?
I would say above.
I would put it below.
Adrian?
What's the arc called again?
Which one?
You said it's the what?
What do we have in D right now?
We have the Usopp, the first Usopp arc, Syrup Village. Is it above or below Little Garden?
Above Little Garden. Above.
You think it's above?
Yeah.
All right.
I can live with that.
All right, next arc.
Wait, Chris, wouldn't it go before it?
Yeah.
I thought you said okay.
Yeah, like
gotcha.
Yeah.
Like rank it higher than
Yeah.
than syrup.
Okay, next arc we have the Drum Island arc. This arc we're introduced to Chopper.
Chopper.
The raccoon dog crew member.
He might as well just call himself
It's
a
a C.
raccoon moving forward.
See? What?
I really like. Yeah.
Wow.
Why do you hate Chopper?
It's all right.
No, I honestly think that's a little high.
Wow. Man.
Yeah, I mean, Chopper is.
You guys
usually
have the buggy arc at B, but the Chopper arc? It's C?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I will say why I like it.
Okay, why do you like it, Chris? First off, Chris, before you tell us, where do you rank it?
I would do a B plus. I would have a B plus.
Okay, so
this arc.
What do we have in A actually?
We have the Bronte Arc and Romance Dawn.
Bronte and Romance Dawn. Okay, what would your argument to be to put it amongst those two?
This arc, we have Chopper. We have his great backstory. It's super emotional and sad. We also introduced to both Dr. Hiraluk and Dr. Kreha, who are just like his mentors and stuff, and they're just fun characters all around. We also have Wapple, who's kind of like a derpy villain, but it's fun to see him get shot out into nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like this is a classic arc.
It is a classic arc and it is emotional. It's just I can't bring myself to put it above B. Like I would put it on I would put it on the lower end of B. Just
it's a C.
It's a C. I mean, I don't know, because I haven't seen Drum Island in a while. So I can't remember the nostalgia from it. I just don't remember a ton from it. I mean, I remember now I'm forgetting characters. Who was his actual mentor? I know because Kureha was the woman who
Hiraluk was the guy who saved his life.
And he called him Dr. Reen all the time, yeah?
Yes.
Or is that
that's Kureha.
Oh, that's Kureha. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, because it was one of the sadder backstory arcs in terms of just their character building. Because I mean, the only other sad one we had really was Nami. I mean, Sanji's was more unfortunate. It wasn't really sad. It's just like you kind of see the relationship between him and Zeph, and you really get to see that between Chopper and his mentor. I have to go B, like just regular B.
Is that fine, Adrian?
But I would put it on the low end.
I mean, it's definitely majority agrees, so I can definitely see it being a B minus.
Do you want to have it above or below the Buggy arc?
Below the Buggy arc because I love Buggy.
Yeah, below
no
the Buggy arc.
No real logical reason.
All right.
It's just all bias.
Going off the pure emotion.
For some reason, when I think back to the series in order, I keep thinking that Drum Island was after Alabasta.
Same.
It's just in order, in chronological order. I keep remembering it being after, but I always mess that up.
Speaking of Alabasta, on to the next arc.
All right.
I feel like this is the next huge. This is the first huge arc of the series. Just because we see all these characters in a new land. We go to different locations in this land. We meet Luffy's brother, Ace. Luffy gets died a couple times in this arc-ish.
He does get beaten the most.
Yeah, he gets a lot of L's in this one.
Yeah,
But
because he had 3 fights against Crocodile. Yeah.
mm-hmm. That being said, I think this is S rank for sure.
You think it's S ranked?
Yeah.
I can understand why it'd be, but I can't put it there. I wasn't too crazy about Alabasta. That was the one that was the one arc that was like the first arc to me that felt really drawn out. But
what would you give it then?
A-. I would put it. I still have to put some respect on it just because it is a well-written arc, and it's when we first hear about the poneglyphs, we get introduced to Robin, Miss All Sunday, whatever. The Baroque's Works agents were great. The fight between Zoro and Mr. One, or what? I forget his name.
Das Bones.
Das Bones, yeah. So we get to see another sword fight with Zoro where he actually has like his because his last like decent sword opponent was in Arlong Park with Hachin, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you would even call that a fight.
Yeah, but I mean because I wouldn't call his encounter with like Mihawk a fight, but I mean it's more so just like entertaining. It's just showing like the skill difference in terms of how strong people are on the Grand Line. Not to mention a warlord in general. And this is our next warlord that we get introduced, so that's why I'd at least give it A-.
I think all of the fights of this arc, especially like near the end, are great. Like each Straw Hat gets their own pretty much one-on-one fight with someone.
Yeah, very true.
And I think Crocodile is definitely one of the best villains in the series so far.
Definitely, I agree.
What would you rank this one, Adrian?
An A. I feel like it drags out just a little bit too much in the manga. It was a really long arc from my experience, and I felt like Oda could have condensed it a little bit, and that's what I feel like it makes it short from being perfect.
Oh yeah, we also do learn about the ancient weapons. Excuse me. We learn about the ancient weapons a little bit too, because this is where they first mentioned Pluton. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, overall, I would put it on top of A.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, in front of Bronte.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, I feel like that has to go without saying. Like, if anyone can say like Bronte or Romance Dawn was above this, I mean, I can't see an argument for that.
That works for me. All right, let's move on to Jaya.
S tier, baby. S tier.
Oh yeah, that punch was gold.
S tier.
This arc,
not to mention,
we try to get the Skypia, and we meet Blackbeard for the first time.
Woo! That's automatic S tier.
Did anyone low key think that Blackbeard could have potentially been an ally?
No.
When we first
Blackbeard's there to capture Luffy.
That's true. I am a fake fan after
all. Well, I do enjoy this arc. It's definitely not my favorite at all. Like, there are some great moments, like when Luffy one punches Bellamy, or pretty much the introduction of Blackbeard,
like,
and his speech.
When, oh yeah, the Age of Pirates dreams will never die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a good moment. And then not to mention, Luffy got to kind of relive the encounter with Shanks in the bar with him and Bellamy. He tell Zoro, no matter what, don't fight back.
Yeah, they won the fight by not fighting.
Exactly. I mean, it was a powerful moment.
A tier.
A tier.
I would say C tier for me. I don't really care for it that much.
The world building is great in this one.
It is. Uh, I'll go B plus. I'll split the difference.
I can agree with B. Like a
So what else? So what do we have in B right now? We
B,
have
we
I
have
see we have
the
Drum
Buggy
Island
Arc and Drum
and
Island.
Buggy Arc. I would put it above Buggy.
yeah, definitely.
All right, that's okay.
But will we put it above Drum Island though?
Well, Drum Island is below Buggy.
Okay. Oh, because now I'm second guessing Drum Island, honestly. As this is gonna be a thing.
All right, let's go on to Skypia.
Trash tier.
Wow.
I did not like this arc as much.
Did not like it. I didn't like it.
Wow.
I didn't hate it completely, but I mean this arc was just so freaking dragged out.
Especially in the manga too.
It was so dragged out.
Okay, I do agree that it was. I think this is the longest Skypia was the longest arc at the time when it came out. So this is definitely a long arc, but I think the world building.
How long was Skypia? What was it?
Someone look it up. Well, I got it.
Yeah,
I think the world building and just the overall gags. Like I think this is definitely one of the funniest arcs of the series. There's so many great gags in it.
Oh, well, it wasn't fun for me to read. Okay, Chris.
Was Luffy's song in the manga?
I think so.
Yeah.
This is also another time Luffy gets stuck in a thing. He gets eaten by a snake, and he's in there for a lot of the end part of the arc.
Okay, so
I'm not laughing, Chris. It's a D tier. It's a D tier.
Esto was 39 episodes, 63 chapters. Skypia was 66 chapters, 43 episodes. So yes, it is the longest arc so far at this point. I mean, it took him like 10 episodes just to get to like the main part of the island, I feel like, what I remember.
I guess I just kind of like the crew hanging out and goofing around. Especially
I mean my favorite parts were I mean, for me it was just Luffy singing the song just because it was just silly, like you said.
Since Adrian hates fun, what would you give it, Adrian? What ranking?
A D.
All right, what about you, Popo?
Because I'm not laughing right now. Okay.
I'll give it a B, but I'll put it above Buggy's Arc and Drum Island, but below whatever's first. What's that one
Jaya.
That's first there? Jaya. Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Jaya a little bit more just because that punch was so satisfying. It's like neck and neck. However,
what about the punch in Skypia where Luffy punches Eneru with the big golden ball? Was that not good? That's another
thing. I mean, it was great, but like the whole time I was thinking, wait a second. Like people are freaking out. What's up? Adrian, repeat that, please.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I really like in news. His face. His shocked face.
His shocked. Oh yeah. the express. Yeah, Oda's brilliant with the expressions in this, man. But no, the whole time I was thinking throughout the arc, what's Eneru gonna actually do to Luffy? Because he's made of rubber.
I mean, rubber isn't a thing up there though, so they didn't know what to do with it. He didn't know why it happened.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole time, like, I'm seeing everyone freaking out about Luffy getting shocked, and then, well, when I say everyone, I mean really, I just mean Nami. But like the whole time, I'm thinking, like, but he's not gonna do anything to him. It's like Luffy, it's like the perfect opponent. And then, like, I don't know, I feel like it was meant to be a shock factor, but it wasn't, pun intended. But it wasn't, that shocking, I guess. I just keep cycling back to remembering, because the only time I remembered that electricity can't really do anything to rubber is from the first episode of Pokemon when Ash is holding Pikachu. But that's way out of left field. But I don't know. It's just a little take I had on it. But That's kind of why it's just like I felt like the whole fight was kind of pointless, but it wasn't at the same time. Like it still had like Skypia is gonna have some major significance to the story in general.
You know, it's also pointless, this conversation we're having, because it's definitely a trash tier.
I would give it a B as well. And like I said, I really enjoy this arc at the time, and even going back to it.
I'm guessing you'd want to put it above Jaya though.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I'm not associated with you guys.
Let me finish.
Yeah.
I do feel some of the characters like of Anaru's crew or whatever his group were kind of annoying, but I always kind of find them entertaining, like the Hattori ha ha ha, like that ball guy.
So annoying.
Like, he's annoying, but it's kind of enjoying.
I mean, the swamp guy was an idiot too, because didn't he like suicide, more or less? Because he just like fell into his own trap. Like, my God, these guys are stupid. But
no, it's not like there's a lot of fun action and like running around the characters. Well, yes, there was some slowness, and the flashback was kind of too long, honestly. But it did have some good world building, but way too long. I would still give it a B though, B plus.
We also, I mean, I can agree with B, but like we also I mean, it's unknowing. We're like, we don't really know at the time, but we also get introduced to hockey, more or less. But they just call it something different. Was it mantra?
Mm-hmm. Mantra.
Yeah.
So where do you guys want to put this?
I think the actual location of Skypia is going to have significance to the story.
Let's just say just the arc and not like how it pertains.
Right below Jaya.
Adrian, is that fine?
He's going to be different. Watch.
It's definitely a D tier. F tier.
No, I wouldn't give it an F. That's disrespectful.
Where do you want to put this, Adrian? Is that be fine?
B.
Fine between them? No, you have two people who want to put it at B, and you want to put it lower. Okay. Where do you want to put this?
I'll let you guys decide. I'll let you guys decide. This one.
You know what? Okay, behind Jaya. Case closed.
All right. After the fun adventures in the sky, we fall back down to Earth and we fight Foxy in the Davy back fight.
S tier.
Solely because of Afro Luffy. He's like, Sanji's like, I got the jive fired through my soul.
I did enjoy this arc, both filler and the regular parts of this arc. It was a lot of fun seeing these weird pirate competitions and stuff, but I would not rank it as high. I would do like B minus, if not a C.
So if we throw it in B, where would it fall between those?
Well, I guess where do you want to put it first?
Well, I want to put. I mean, I want to put it as S just because it was just purely entertaining to me. Like I like it could have been a little bit longer and I would have still enjoyed it, more or less. Like Foxy, yes, he's an annoying and pointless villain, if you even want to call him a villain. But I enjoyed it just from an entertainment aspect. I mean, yeah, it's a filler, but fillers don't have to suck, and I don't think this will suck.
It's not technically filler.
True.
But I see what you mean. It feels like a filler.
But the ratio, there's enough filler in there for it to be considered more on the filler side of the spectrum.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Adrian? What would you rank this? And your thoughts on it?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna agree with Popo. Like it's an S tier. Everything else is trash compared to it.
Wow.
I mean, that's not exactly what I said, but okay.
It's a really fun arc. I really enjoyed it. It's just
Yeah.
I think the jokes were on point. You know, it cut
It's another
cut
form of I mean, it's not even really another form of combat, but it is another form of combat.
cut.
Yeah.
I said like I
Don't
really
say cut.
enjoyed.
Just keep going.
I just liked it. It was just the jokes were on point compared to the other jokes that Oda made. I think his writing this one was just excellent, and it was just downright fun. It was pure entertaining from start to finish. What more can you ask?
One of the few arcs where you have unyielding joy.
Where do you guys want to put this?
Uh,
I'm okay if you want to put it in A.
Right below Skypia. Actually,
what?
Below Romance.
You guys did
below Romance Dawn. I'm sorry, I got mixed up.
Adrian, is that fine?
I feel it's a little bit better than Skypedia.
No, we're doing A. It's A tier,
That's
right?
why I'm putting it at the bottom of A.
I'll say bottom of A. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
It's a fair
cool.
compromise.
All right. Next, we get Water 7. Two of our favorite arcs.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this arc is great.
So I think that Water 7 and Eni's Lobby kind of have to go hand in hand. So should we just do them simultaneously?
I would agree with that. Adrian, is that fine?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, Water 7, it's a cool island in general. We get a bunch of crazy characters. We kind of get to see, we get CP9. We get Spandam and Spanda. I think was it Spandam and what was his dad's name? Spanda?
Spandai? I don't know.
Because I was thinking Spinda, but Spinda's a Pokemon. Hang on, yeah, because let's see. Not to mention, the episode's filled with plenty of gusto. It's just all gusto. Good old Tom.
Yeah, I would rank this S tier as well for sure. Like I said at the beginning, this is like a mystery arc. You're like, what's going on? First, you have this mysterious person who steals their money, and then you find out it's Frankie. We introduced to Frankie this arc.
Right.
And we also have Usopp versus Luffy, which still one of my favorite fights of the series.
It's one of the best. I don't think anyone can argue that's not one of the best fights in the series.
And then
purely because of the stakes.
Then we have this thing like Robin just disappears, and then we find out she tried to assassinate the mayor of this city, and which leads to us meeting CP9, the characters, the dock workers. We thought like, oh man, maybe one of those guys will join the crew, becomes the enemies of the arc. We also during this arc, we also have the Frankie flashback with Iceberg and Tom the worker as they build the sea trains. So yeah, definitely top tier for me. Adrian,
let me ask you guys real quick. In terms of flashbacks, I think this was the best one so far. Like based off what we've got, like once they got to Water 7, they finished Frankie's flashback. I would put that as the best one. What do you guys think?
I don't necessarily remember all flashbacks.
I mean,
I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
For me, it's still Nami's flashback is still my favorite at this point. But this one is definitely great. What about you? Adrian, what do you think of this arc? What would you rank it?
S tier. I really like Soji King. I like.
That's not yet. Oh, I guess that is yet, right? That's at the very end.
We agreed to do Eni's Lobby as well. So.
I think that's Water 7. Yeah, that's part of Water 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, continue, Adrian. Sorry.
I like So King, I also like the fact that Frankie's introduced, fun character. And then just like the minor like stories of like the smaller secondary characters, which is interesting enough just to get through. And then also Nico Robin, she is revealed that she's playing both sides again.
We get her flashback too, yeah?
Yeah, and Ennis Lobby, yep.
Okay.
And then also like Cypherpole, which is an amazing group of antagonists and how they represent like the dark side of the world government.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think the points that you guys mentioned earlier in the beginning of the video still stand, like how they declare war on the world government, Luffy's friendship speech, and how it ends with the going Mary being destroyed but saves the crew finally. Beautiful, beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
S
like
tier for me.
Ennis Lobby kind of dragged out in the anime at least.
It
Just because like there was a
definitely
lot of, especially at the beginning, there was a lot of just like running around with Luffy and the crew trying to get to the Tower of Law, I believe. So it was just like that beginning part took a little while, but yeah, I still really enjoyed
However,
Ennis Lobby for sure.
their assault was organized in the most Luffy fashion you can imagine. Just Luffy just running in, like, just guns, more or less guns blazing, just punching anyone that gets in his way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just brilliant. But I think we're all unanimous though. This has to be S tier, yeah.
Oh yeah, top tier. Is
Top
that fine?
tier so far, yeah.
Top of the top.
But let's but real quick though, between Water 7 and Ennie's Lobby, which one would you put first?
Water 7 still.
Yeah, I feel like I'm there too. Adrian, what about you?
I'm gonna say Ennis Lobby over Water 7.
Why do you think that?
I just like the fights in Ennis Lobby. I like the friendship speech that Luffy gives, Soul King with his sniper hit. And then the
Tell me
going
you want
Mary.
to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then going Mary being sunk but saving him at the end.
Oh yeah, well, post Ennie's Lobby was technically where we get the Thousand Sunny. So, I still want to put Water 7 above it.
I do too. Is that okay, Adrian?
I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. I mean, they're both S tier at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a competition of like who's the best out of the S tier.
But I just felt like it's still a question that had to be asked.
That's
Okay.
fair. And
All
also, because we didn't mention it, we get Robin's flashback. We see her as a child and like her world like burning down around her.
Yeah, just how much growing up she had to do in like a matter of like, because she was when did she get? How old was she when she got her bounty? She was
8 years old.
6 or 7. 8 years old.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she met her mom for the first time, and then her mom gets murdered right afterwards.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, but like Adrian said, though, like the fights were great too.
Well,
We
not
had Monster Chopper fighting.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Sanji versus Jabra, Zoro versus Kaku. Great stuff.
Usopp 3 sword style.
Yeah.
Just tactical warriors right there. But oh yeah, also we get to see the extent of what a Buster Call can do and just why everyone fears it so much.
Oh yeah, forgot about the Buster
Yeah.
Call.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we also get to see like why Sakazuki's just ruthless.
Yeah,
'Cause he's
murdering
just like,
those civilians in the flashback.
Oh yeah, survivors. Yeah, no survivors. We can't have any terrorists on our hands.
Also, like the main villain of this arc, wonderful, great.
Yeah, Rob Lucci was was a real great opponent for Luffy to fight. Like Luffy literally gave everything he had, and to the point where he could not do anything after that.
Yeah, definitely the hardest villain Luffy has fought so far, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
All right, want to move on?
Yep. So next would be Post Denny's Lobby.
Yep, Post Denny's Lobby. This arc contains Ace versus Blackbeard. We also see Kobe and Helmeppo come back as well to talk about Luffy's dad to him. So this is a pretty short arc as well.
Oh, yeah,
and like
just
a
that
transitional.
That connection being made that the world's most wanted man is the father of the soon-to-be king of the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the son of the world's greatest marine. Debatably.
What would you give this, Popo?
Because we got to see the Sunny being built, I would give it. I would want to put it top in A.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Adrian,
Yeah,
what
but
about
it's
you?
more. But it's. I feel a little bias in there. Let me hear what you guys think.
Adrian?
I want to say kind of a C tier. Like it's a very short arc, and then like we get the Ace and Blackbeard fight, but nothing gets really shown. I don't know. I feel like it has some good world building, but it's still like a short arc. Like it's just more like a transition arc. So I'm gonna say C.
Yeah, I would have to agree with Adrian. Like probably C plus on this one. We get.
You wouldn't even want it. You couldn't be convinced to toss it into B, or is my nostalgia just kicking in too much?
Would you do like bottom B? Would that be okay, Adrian?
Bottom. I could respect bottom B just because of I don't see a reason to put it above Drama Island.
Yeah.
Just like Adrian said, it is a very short arc, and I don't think it'd be fair to everything else we placed there. Bottom C, like top C, bottom B, I could live with.
What do you want to do, Adrian?
A.
C?
C.
All right.
Okay, top of C.
Yeah, this arc, we also get everyone has a bounty now. And we get
right.
Sanji's great bounty poster.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a face for radio.
Like Sanji.
The next arc we get is Thriller Bark.
More like Thriller Bark. Oh snap! Got him.
Adrian, what's your opinion on Thriller Bark? Well, first off, Chris, break it down for us a little bit.
Sure. So after
we get quite a bit that happens in here. Yeah,
let me give a little details. So after they leave Water 7 again, they sail into like this mysterious fog area where they meet their next crew member, Brooke. In this arc, it's kind of like a horror arc in this because like there's zombies, there's creepy ghost lady and Moria, and I don't know. This arc has great moments, but also very slow, like pacing wise. Oh man,
it was 45 episodes, 48 chapters.
Yeah, this arc is long, and it feels long at times.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it has more episodes than Alabasta, but less chapters. That's interesting.
I think this is the time where they're stretching it out because they're close to where the manga is.
Right. Yeah. I like that Usopp finds his perfect opponent.
Oh.
In Paloma.
Perona, yeah.
Perona, excuse me.
Persona.
Negative.
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm feeling like a light C on this.
Light B.
C.
C.
C. I think the only thing I don't like Moria as a villain. He's just weak as fuck.
He is very annoying. He's very annoying.
You don't like his, the most. You don't like his laugh?
His laugh is his laugh. But I mean, the redeeming factor of this arc for me are two things: Nightmare Luffy which is like to me is more or less a preview of Gear 4. And then we have Nothing Happened.
What?
To me, nothing. Nothing Happened to me is just it really solidified Zoro as a character. To me, that I don't really solidified him as a character, but it
as like the number two.
It tested Zoro's loyalty to Luffy to me, and it really just like solidified him as the first mate.
Yeah.
You're forgetting the best Zoro fight. This arc does have one of the best Zoro fights when he versus
Ryuma.
Yeah, Ryuma.
Yeah.
I think that's the only redeeming quality of this arc.
Really, you didn't like the Brooks flashback with Laboon?
Okay, that one's awesome. That's really nice.
I mean, I liked it, but it was kind of it wasn't as moving as it could have been, or as it. I mean, the peak of its move, it wasn't as it's not as significant. It's not as significant compared to other flashbacks. I don't think. Like I like Robin's more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think it starts off strong, but then it just drags out.
Mm-hmm. It definitely drags out quite a bit. Like it is the one where I just wanted it to be over. I probably enjoyed watching this one the least. I mean, I could let this go to top of C.
Yeah, I'm thinking C or tier as well. Like there are some fun moments, but like we said, it drags on a lot, especially in the middle. And Absalon, just the worst. I hate him so much. I'm glad he's dead. Fuck that guy.
So I would say low C in my opinion.
Low C.
I would say above. Would you say above
like how
or
low
below?
How low on C? Yeah.
Where would you rank it as C right now?
You're asking me or asking
people? You.
Where would I rank it in the C?
Yeah. As what we have in C right now, where would you put it in there?
Can you go through them again? I can't remember like the pictures and.
So we have Poseidon's Lobby as top, Logtown in the middle, and then Laboon Arc or Twin Peaks as the bottom of C.
Between Laboon and the other one, I would say. Poseidon's Lobby.
Honestly, I would maybe put it top.
I mean,
C.
I enjoyed Poby more, but I feel like top of C would be respectful, but I feel like that's as high as it should go.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Just because there are great moments, but like we said, it's still bogged down by.
It's a new. It's almost like a new. They like cancel each other out more or less of just quality. Like it's average at best.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. Next arc, the Straw Hats finally get to the red line, and we get to Sabo the Archipelago arc, where we meet shit tons of characters.
So many characters.
Like if you like world building, this is the fucking arc for you. Yeah. This arc.
Well, I mean, we get probably one of the most iconic moments in the series.
Go on.
Like I don't see a reason for this. I don't see a reason for this arc to go below B.
I agree.
Like not even B minus.
I'd say A for me. I really love this arc.
Really
all the characters, like great scenes, just like Luffy punching Charlos in the face, super cool looking. This kind of like the Straw Hats, like, yeah, we don't give a fuck about these people. We'll save our friends.
Yeah, I mean Zoro was ready to cut one of them down. Zoro was ready to cut him down too, like with no hesitation. And then Jewelry Bonnie steps in to stop him. Mm-hmm. Well, then we get Duval, Sanji's number one fan.
Yes, we finally figure out.
Yeah, we do, and we get the return of Hachi, and we get introduced to mermaids for the first time. We also get a little bit of a hint at Doflamingo. like because the auction she was being sold at wasn't that that was one of his rackets. So
Yep.
we get the world nobles for the first time. We get the introduction of the worst generation, where we really get to see all the heavy hitters that are going to be tangling with Luffy in the new world. We get to learn about the new world a little bit. It's a very significant moment for the crew in terms of their growth, because they know exactly what they know exactly what's waiting for them on the other side of the red line. And we get to see Kizaru. We get to see the scientific knowledge of Vegapunk in terms of the pacifistas. We get Luffy making one of the hardest decisions he had to make as a captain, in terms of like making a retreat, just knowing, guys, we're not strong enough for this. We need to bail now. And it's one of the most it's one of the more emotional arcs that we've had so far, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. And you forgot the character who was introduced in chapter 1 but didn't get a name until this arc. Rayleigh. We meet Rayleigh in this arc.
Oh, wait, when was Rayleigh in episode?
He was in the flashback with Buggy and Shanks.
Oh, was he? Oh, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah. But like he was just like a background character at the time.
Yeah. Rayleigh was a trip, man. He's just like, you know what? He wanted to pay his debt by getting caught and traded into slavery. Then he was gonna rob whoever bought him. That is champion level shit right there. You expect nothing less from the first mate of the King of the Pirates, right?
Mm-hmm. What about you, Adrian? What are your thoughts on this arc and ranking?
It's definitely an A tier. I really like Ryoji. I like how he almost revealed what the One Piece was to Luffy, but Luffy was like, "No, don't tell me." Like, the real One Piece is the adventure all along. But yeah, I love the world building. I love all the characters that are introduced, because it sets up everything that will be to come. And I know, like, I keep saying, like, I don't like I've always given the transition chapters arcs I kind of like C tiers, but I feel this is one of the best ones. Like, it lures the reader in and has them like have great expectations for the future.
Oh, for sure. And the fact that he created like 8 characters, supernovas, and made them all like super cool and interesting, like you just want to find out more about all of them. Like, that's super.
Yeah, no, Chris, you were pretty partial to Apu, weren't you?
I do like his introduction, especially with like his fight with Kizaru. Just like, this guy, like, let me just play my piano teeth. I mean, stuff happens later with him. That's like, fuck that guy. But now, like, he's cool.
To saxophone arm. Yeah, he's a trip, man. Oh, and plus he's got every elbow on the planet.
Okay, it's time to put this on the official tier list.
What do we have in A? What do we have? What are the last 2 in A? Like the top 2 in A? Because I see Romance Dawn, and then it's just tiny.
All right. So A from top to bottom is Alabasta, Bronte, Romance Dawn, and Davy Backfight. I would put this top of A.
Yes.
Yeah, top of A. I agree.
I can agree with that.
All right.
And
next we have Amazon Lily. After the crew gets like split up due to Kuma, Luffy lands in this island full of women where we meet Boa Hancock. Thoughts?
It's definitely a filler, to be honest, and it's fan service.
It does kind of fill that void a bit. I mean, we also really get to see a little bit more of what the celestial dragons are capable of and just how evil they are. I mean, we knew that like leaving Sabaody, but we just kind of get more confirmation of it. We also actually hockey actually gets a name now. What else do we have? Luffy finds out that Ace is going to get executed. I don't know, Chris, what am I missing? I know there's a bunch.
I mean,
is that really...
Luffy learns that he has Conqueror's Haki, but I don't know. This is definitely lower for me as well, just because this is for sure a transition filler, like transition arc.
This is just basically Oda getting horny.
When they were talking about showing him when they were asking to see Luffy's family jewels, I kind of cringed a little bit. Just pain.
His stretchy mushroom.
Yeah. Oh, geez, they're about to castrate him.
I'm telling you, this is Oda got horny the entire arc.
I think Oda's been horny for a while.
I mean, yeah, he always has been. I mean, just look at the proportions on these people. I've never seen anything less than a triple F cup. I'm sorry. But I
like how he confirms like breast size of like Nami and Robin. He's like to fan mail. He's like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna be honest with you. This is the actual breast size of Nami.
Well, I mean, he has to announce that. That's important info. Adrian, that's more important than knowing what the One Piece actually is.
Yeah, let's ask the real question too.
Exactly. We're asking the questions that everyone's afraid of.
How much inches is Luffy packing?
Get out of here.
I mean, he can pack as much as he wants, right?
Technically, yeah. I mean, yeah. Gum Gorilla Grinder.
I think this says a lot about what we think about this arc. So where do you guys want to put this? Let's move on.
What's the top of C right now?
What?
No,
C?
I'm saying D or F.
I'm just getting some. I'm just trying to remember where we put what. Just these pictures, these thumbnails are so small. It's just kind of hard to tell. That was.
I will do C and lower. So we
C
have
and lower.
Thriller Bark, Post Honest Lobby, Logtown, Twin Peaks.
It is worse than Thriller Bark.
It's worse than Thriller Bark. I can agree with that.
All right, D we have Little Garden and Kuro Arc, and F we have Twin Peaks. I would be okay with putting.
I want to put it in F. I almost want to put it in F just to be funny, but I
would put it at low D, honestly.
Low D. Low D seems a little. I can see it though.
Adrian, where do you want to put this?
I would go top personally. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Go ahead, Adrian.
I'm gonna say F.
F.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go top of D.
All right. Are you okay putting in D, Adrian?
That's too horny.
All right. So in D we have Little Garden and the Kuro Arc. Where do you want to put it?
Wait, what was the second one?
The Kuro Arc, Usopp Arc.
Oh, Syrup Village?
Yes.
Okay. I'm cool with putting it at the end of D.
I think it's better than Usopp's arc, Oh, Hancock. Now that I look at it.
Boa Hancock is all right, but I mean, we learned she's a huge simp for Luffy, but I mean, I'll put it. We can put it in the middle of D.
All right.
I think that's fair. You say B.
B cup.
No one's a B cup on that island.
All right.
Okay. So next would be Marineford.
No.
Impel Down. Oh, excuse me. Impel Down.
Next
remember, fake fan.
Impel Down, and this arc, Luffy infiltrates the prison to rescue his brother Ace, but he doesn't make it in time. We also meet Jinbei.
Sorry, Luffy, your brother's in another castle. I was not super fond of this arc, but I can understand why people would enjoy it. I mean, it's got some references to Dante's Inferno, just with the levels of the prison. We got reintroduced to our Baroque Works friends again. Not to mention Chris's favorite villain, Crocodile, is back.
And Buggy. Don't forget Buggy.
Oh, and Buggy. Oh, cannot forget Buggy. Buggy, the owner, the true heir to the One Piece.
Then but then there's the side arc with Blackbeard recruiting people in his team.
Yeah, that's true. I am just. I mean, I will sub back in the little bit of the fan service thing. I mean, Luffy getting to just hang on to Boa Hancock like that was making me angry. But
now who's horny?
I mean, that was like the most Luffy way for him to enter, other than him. Actually, no, it's not, because the real way he would just blast through, just no fucks given.
So, what would you rank this arc?
I would put it at, personally, I'd put it at mid B.
I would say low B.
Low B.
Yeah.
What more thoughts, Adrian? What do you think of this arc?
I think it's an okay arc. I just feel like it dragged out a little bit too long. I do like the reintroductions of several characters. Blackbeard recruiting for his crewmate Jinbei.
Oh yeah, we meet Jinbei too. Totally forgot about that.
I'm not a big fan of the jailer himself. Seems like a waste of a character.
I mean, he spent like 98% of the arc on the toilet.
Yeah. Why it's just.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just felt like it was just one bad joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with you guys. B seems a good spot. Like you said,
what's in B tier? What's after Drum Island?
Nothing.
No, like, well, when I say after, I mean, what's to the left of Drum Island?
Oh, before it? That is the Buggy Arc.
Yeah, I should say. Okay.
Orange Island.
Okay. I'm cool with middle of B. What about you guys?
I would say the end of B.
End of B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would put it below Drum Island?
I would.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah.
I'll concede. Yeah, go end of B.
Like you guys were saying, this arc had some cool introduction or reintroduction of characters, but dragged on so much. Like,
yeah, the pace,
especially in the anime, was terrible. Its pacing was really bad. Yeah. All right, let's move on.
Our biases are really showing, because we got 5 arcs in A and B. But
I mean, they're mostly good.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at like side by side, looking at Drum Island and Impel Down, I think they're enjoyable for different reasons, but they both kind of equate to the same score. In hindsight, I guess so. But yeah, I'm content with putting it at the end of B.
All right, let's move on to Marineford arc. Luffy and the Impel Down crew finally arrive at Marineford to save Ace from execution, but they don't make it. I mean, I guess they do make it, but Ace doesn't want to run away, and he gets a fistful of magma. What do you guys think about this arc, Popo? And
chest
ranking.
Pain. I mean, I get chest pain watching it, but
come on, I feel like with Marineford.
I mean, seeing Whitebeard was probably the coolest part. I mean, we also get an appearance from Shanks. I mean, all the warlords we actually get to see all the warlords at once. Well, at least a good chunk of them.
It is all of them.
It is all of them? Okay. Yeah, we get that. I mean, Blackbeard shocks the world by stealing a devil fruit again. Well, not to mention no one understands how the hell he can have 2. I mean,
2 devil fruits.
Yeah. Cheap ass. But I mean, it's got a lot of there's a lot that really goes on, but again, it's just like it felt it did feel a little dragged out, but it was dragged out in an enjoyable way. Just because I really enjoyed I really enjoyed kind of the fights. Luffy has to go not really one-on-one with his grandpa, but he has to knock out his grandpa, and I still think his grandpa took a dive just because he didn't want to fight his son, or his grandson, I mean. And not to mention, he probably low-key wanted to rescue Ace himself as well. I would put it in A.
What?
Adrian,
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on this arc?
I think this is a beautiful, crispy, well done arc. It's definitely S tier, in my opinion.
You think it's S tier?
Yeah. The payoff is excellent.
As for me, I would do A as well.
Get the fuck out of here.
Let me explain. The first time I watched this arc, I was like, just kill Ace already. I just want to get to the new world, just get this done, because I was binging through it. I was like, I don't really care. Like, this is taking way too long for this guy to die. As bad as that sounds. And
like, this is the longest 2 weeks ever. It's like 2 years. I felt like the whole time skip took place here.
Yeah. But after rewatching it, I think last year or a couple years ago, I rewatched it, and I've come around to liking it. Like all the Whitebeard pirates, and a lot of the characters just get like a great amount of like screen time. Like Buggy gets to fight the Marines and Mihawk. That's pretty much how Buggy becomes a warlord after this arc because of this.
Mm-hmm.
We also have Shanks, like you said, Shanks showing up to end the war.
Yeah, he just shows up and shows up and like pulls a red card on everybody and just stops the fight. Like who does that? He just shows up and just stops everything. Like, oh shit, guys, Dad's home. We gotta clean up. But I feel like it also kind of hinted a little bit towards what the end game could look like. I mean, obviously it's going to be more impactful than that. It's probably going to be dragged out even more, and there's going to be a lot more going on. But I just think it was really cool just to see all of Whitebeard's crew show up for Ace. You get to see like Whitebeard kind of acknowledges Luffy as a actual contender for the One Piece. Whitebeard confirms to the world that the One Piece is real. Well, not to mention he dies in the manliest way possible. He just dies standing with a hole in his chest, with 2 holes in his chest. I mean, God, it was just awesome.
I feel like this also shows like how outclassed Luffy is. Like this whole arc, just like, oh man, these are the people who are also going for the One Piece. Man, I need to train or something because I couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't save my brother. What am I gonna do with my crew and stuff?
Most definitely.
Where do you guys want to rank this?
High of A.
B? Wait, where'd you say, Adrian?
I said high of A.
Oh, high of A. Okay, I'm so deaf. I'm sorry. What's the top of A right now?
Sabaody.
Sabaody? I would put it below Sabaody.
I agree. Is that fine, Adrian?
Adrian's so salty right now.
I'm sorry, I kind of blanked out a bit. What's going on?
We're putting it. We want to put it below Sabaody.
What's Sabaudi's arc again?
Top of A.
No, but what is? Oh, okay, it's about.
The supernovas and.
Yeah, I would. Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one. I kind of want to put it above A.
What's your argument?
It's just fun. It's just.
Is it fun?
Yeah. It's fun to see Ace die.
See death, yeah.
And then Blackbeard win.
Let's do 33 episodes, 31 chapters. I'm just trying to. I haven't seen Marineford in a minute. I almost don't want to put it below Sabaody. I have hesitancy putting it below Sabaody just because of the length of the arc, and I feel like just characters involved, but the relevance of the characters involved in Sabaody, I think, are more impactful than those of Marineford. Marineford, we're just kind of seeing like the extent of you have like arguably the strongest pirate next to Roger, and you got to see the extent of his power and just what his crew can do and how big his crew is and how loyal they are to one another. So we got a taste of that. But then in Sabaody, we get pretty much the next generation of pirates who are going to go through and all compete for the One Piece, more or less, or who are trying to at least. But at the same time, I still feel like Sabaody was more impactful.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, if we're doing like just character wise,
they're very close, I will say.
Just character wise, I think the supernovas and characters from Sabaody are way more memorable than any of the Whitebeard like commanders.
True. I mean the only ones that really remain relevant ultimately just from Wano are Marco and that other dude who was from Wano.
So you don't even remember his name.
No one remembers his name.
It's Izu.
Huh?
Izu.
Okay. Oh yeah, the cross-dresser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian, are you fine with putting it below Sabaody Archipelago?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
I don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Next arc, we have the post-war arc. This arc is mainly Luffy's flashback. We also see Luffy coming to terms with him losing his brother and also wanting to be stronger. This is the arc before the time skip. What are your thoughts, Adrian? And ranking?
Give me 1 second. Let me just try to remember what happened in this one.
I just told you what happened.
Just trying to remember everything again.
So Luffy spends 3 episodes crying. He spends 1 episode getting smacked around by Jinbei saying, snap the fuck out of it. If you want to be the king of the pirates, you have to accept the fact that you're going to lose people along the way.
D. Sabo.
Where would you put it in B, do you think?
In B?
Yeah, where in... Are you saying B or...
D.
Adrian.
You're mumbling. You're mumbling so much right now, so it's very hard to say. When you say B, D, and C, they sound the exact same to
me. D as in damn, I can't believe I put it here.
What else is in D?
All right, well, no, just do your thoughts first, and then we can decide.
First? Okay.
Yeah. Where would you rank it, and what do you think of this arc?
I mean, it doesn't really feel like an arc. It just kind of felt like a transition. You know, I mean, it was pretty short. What's the extent of the arc is Luffy putting his hat on that rock on the island where he goes to train with Rayleigh, yeah?
That is that Rayleigh arc, yeah.
That was like the end of the arc, and then after that would have been like filler with the little episodes of the Straw Hats between the time skip, yeah.
That falls. I think that was during this arc.
So the Straw Hats, like when they kind of go to snippets and showing them what they're aiming for in the time skip, does that kind of get included too?
Yeah, that wasn't filler. It was in the manga.
Okay. I mean, I enjoy it in the sense that we got to see them grow and we got to see what they're doing to make themselves stronger. We also get to see that Luffy makes a promise he returns to Marineford. Does he return to Marineford in this as well?
Yeah, that's how he sends a message, the 3D2Y.
Oh. Right. I would give it a low C, but above Reverse Mountain. Ultimately, that's where I'd put it. But I mean, overall, it was important, but I don't think it was the most impactful. Like, I was almost indifferent about this one.
Yeah, for me, it would be a C as well. I thought the Luffy Ace and Sabo flashback did drag on a little bit, but it was kind of nice to see them as kids and like growing up and what they would become eventually.
It's one of those flashbacks that I'd only want to watch like once or twice. It's something I'd actively try to skip if I ever rewatched or reread.
Yeah, definitely not the highest tier of flashback for sure.
Yeah.
I agree.
I did really like the scene with our Straw Hats.
We do get Starry.
Stelly,
whatever the fuck his name is.
I do like seeing the other Straw Hats, like what they've been up to, but I think that's just because we haven't seen them in so long in the story.
Yeah, because it was like a something chapter or 100 something episodes for me at least, but
yeah. So it was definitely nice to see them, but that's more because how the story was progressing before then.
I think bottom of C.
Bottom of C. You put it below Reverse Mountain?
Laboon?
Yeah. I'm sick of my guns. I don't like Sabo as a character.
Why do you hate Sabo?
I just don't. I just think he's just like pointless. It's just that, or to just vote him in.
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't say pointless. I mean, he's second in command of the Revolutionary Army. I wouldn't call him pointless. We know very little about. We don't know a ton about the Revolutionary Army. They're like the one group in this show that's like shrouded in the most mystery right now, compared to him and them and Emu.
But what does that have to do with Sabo?
It doesn't.
So he's.
I'm just kind of rambling.
All right, Popo, where do you want to put this in C?
I can understand putting it at the bottom of C, so I can agree with that.
Yeah. All right, bottom of C.
All right.
Let's get on to the time skip. So this is the first. It's very short arc. This is like them rejoining each other and back on Sabaody.
Yeah, the Return to Sabaody arc.
And I think it's like 2 or 3 episodes or chapters, so it's very short.
I would put this at a low B. Actually, high to mid to high C, just for the excitement factor of seeing, okay, now we actually get to see how much they've grown, or at least get a little bit of a taste. Luffy can take on a pacifista with little to no effort. We get to see him actively use and control his haki. We get the fake Straw Hats, which were to me, they were pretty entertaining. I agree. I mean, there were, what else?
We get everyone's new designs.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Right.
Frankie's upgrade.
Yeah, Frankie's
downgrade.
Upgrade. How did he downgrade? Frankie just added on like 3 feet for no reason. He just got taller.
And how did Robin and Naminé increase the brush size?
I mean, honestly, I think that's just the art style that changed. So everyone went up like 3 cup sizes in that time skip. I mean, a lot can happen in 2 years, man.
Hey, even Brook grew, even though he's a skeleton. He grew like his height.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we get more or less fake prints. Then
Adrian, what would you rank this on?
Yeah.
Okay. Low B.
Low B.
Yeah.
So, Chris, where do you have it right now? Because I honestly, if I had to pick something, I'm going mid C. Just because of how short it is, I think that that's fair.
I would do probably C as well, just because it's nice to see like getting the gang back together kind of arc. But like we said, this arc is super short, and I feel like the next arc is a better showing of their abilities and everything. Post time skip.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's more or less an actual arc, but
yeah, I can agree with that. Right? The way you explain it, I think, yeah, I agree. Like it would be a high C now, and then with the next arc is a better
Would
displayment of their abilities and like
Mhm.
how much they've grown.
Okay.
Would we put it above or below Thriller Arc?
Above Thriller Park.
I would put it above just because of the excitement factor. Like
Alright.
I was actually like ready to see this one.
All right, let's go on to Fishman Island. This arc, we dive down to the sea and we fight racism.
Right, racism.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Man, this is. I would even say
You're not gonna
A
do your
for
little.
this one.
You're not gonna do a recap.
I mean, I said they go down and fight racism.
They go down under,
Yeah.
literally down under the Grand Line, or the Red Line, excuse me.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
When I first watched this, this is the first arc I watched. Well, that was ongoing when I caught up to the anime. So I didn't super care for this when I first watched it, but rewatching it like a couple of months ago, I really enjoy this arc. I think this is definitely A or B for me in that range. We have all the Straw Hats get to like kick ass because all these new fisherman pirates are just scrubs. And we get two.
Oh yeah, they're also a bunch of cheaters, like fucking steroid users.
Yeah. We
That's the
get
best
like
part.
Drugs are bad. Okay.
we get two great flashbacks, like two different sides of this story of the fisherman people. We have Fisher Tiger and him freeing the slaves. We also have the other side of Orihime, who's trying to free her people in a different way.
Otohime.
Otohime, yes, sorry. And I think Cody is just terrible. I don't really like him at all, but I think that's the point of his character, that he's just.
I mean, Hody Jones is just like an extension of Arlong's wrath. He's an Arlong fanboy who's not quite up to snuff as Arlong.
Exactly. Like he only hates humans because he heard
Arlong.
Alex Jones or Arlong talk about it.
he drank the water that turned the frogs gay.
Like he doesn't have any experience with humans to hate them other than like it's kind of like what his dad said or something, essentially, you know?
I mean, the only experience he really has is when that World Noble crashed there. And then Shirahoshi cried and because her mom was in danger, and then summoned the Sea Kings. And then we find out that she's more or less Poseidon.
Yeah.
Or, excuse me, is Poseidon.
Hody Jones and nothing wrong.
Shut up.
Or
Adrian.
right.
He didn't do anything.
Okay,
He took pills. He took pills and got his ass kicked. He cheated and still lost. Come on now.
Adrian, what would you rank this arc and your thoughts?
I mean, I like the fact that this is okay. I like it when it's revealed that she is Poseidon, when he kind of tries to have Jinbei join the crew, but he's like, I can't right now, not the right time. I do remember them talking about Big Mom Pirates as well, and also Joy Boy. You can't forget about Joy Boy.
Yep, he's introduced in this arc, or talked about at least.
Oh yeah. Oh, going back to Big Mom too. I mean, Luffy more or less challenges Big Mom's authority.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say definitely a B. B tier.
All right, yeah, that's understandable.
I can go.
What about you, Popo? What is your ranking and thoughts?
Z. No, I think it can go. I would go low. I would go no higher than mid B.
What are your thoughts on the arc?
Thoughts on the arc. I mean, it was cool. I like the fact that we just get to see pretty more or less a different society. But I mean, like I said, I'm a sucker for world building, but getting to see a little bit more about how Fishman Island is, how they treat humans. I mean, they more or less like, yeah, we'll let you in, but I mean, we're not gonna let you in. Uh, I mean, Madame Charlie is mommy. Let's see here. Madam, yeah, Adrian, Madame Charlie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our long sister.
Oh yeah, she can read my future any day. Oh yeah, that's right. She is our long sister, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looks like hate doesn't run the family. But yeah, kind of getting to see Joy Boy was really, or not seeing Joy Boy, but getting to know a little bit more about.
You saw him?
Oh, you guys didn't see? Oh, come on, you gotta read between the lines, guys. It's there. The numbers are there, Mason. The numbers are there. But I mean, I think Hardy Jones is he's one of my least favorite villains. I wouldn't put him as low as Moria, but I think he was not quite pointless, but he was more the embodiment of the Fishman. He's the extreme of how the Fishmen feel, the Fishman's negativity towards humans, I feel. But yeah, I mean, I still enjoyed it. Just the fact that they got to go and see what Fishman Island is. And when Shirahoshi had to be stuffed inside the mouth of that shark, I felt so bad for that shark.
So funny.
The shark just got beaten up that whole episode, man. I mean that whole arc. Excuse me. It's just him constantly just getting smacked around and just disrespected. The shark is the redeeming factor of that. But yeah, again, I can't go any higher than mid B.
All right. So in B we have at the top we have Jaya, followed by Skypia, then Orange Town, Drum Island, and Impel Down.
Give me 1 second.
I would go third in B. So above Orange Town. Below Skypia.
I would agree with that.
Below Skypia. I would go.
I just want to say Sanji Nosebleeds is the worst thing in the entire series. Next, we have Punk Hazard. This arc is they got out of the water and now they're on to the next island of the New World. This arc we see Caesar Clown, and we also get the reintroduction of both Law and Smoker are back in this arc. What are your thoughts of this arc and ranking?
Oh, don't forget we also get we get the beginning of the alliance between the Heart Pirates and the Straw Hats, and we also have the introduction of Kaido
and Kinemon.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
We start this saga with Kinemon.
Yep.
I really don't like this arc. This is just Punk Hazard just felt like a filler to me.
It felt like a chore, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This arc starts the problem I have. Well, I guess not starts, but it definitely is a problem in this arc, especially where characters are just running around for most of the arc trying to get to X place, to escape, or it's just a lot of running around, which drags this out super long.
I would almost compare it to be Punk Hazard to me is the Thriller bark of the time skip.
I agree.
I still think Thriller bark is better than it. I would even put this arc as a D, honestly, just because, don't get me wrong, there's some cool Law and Smoker stuff in this arc, but most of it is pretty forgettable and not great.
I don't know if I'd put it below Reverse Mountain, though. So that's why I almost want to put it in mid C. I would put it below Thriller bark, but I don't know about putting it below Reverse Mountain.
What are your thoughts on that, Adrian?
I would definitely put it in D. I just it just felt thriller. Too much of I mean, sorry, thriller. It felt too much like filler
Yeah,
to me.
it's thriller filler.
I just
Um, no, go ahead.
there's nothing here that really just stands out to me. It's like, oh man, this is a must read arc.
It's it's not very entertaining, but it's necessary. It's necessary to the it's necessary to the
I mean, it kicks off the new saga. This bunch of
It
arcs.
does.
yeah. I mean,
I just
kind of
think it
gives us
takes a long time to get there.
yeah. I mean, it gives us an idea. It gives us an idea of what Kaido's trying to do to increase his forces. It kind of shows like it kind of shows like what impact the emperors have in the New World too. That's another way I could put it. Like, I mean, they're abducting children by telling their villages that these kids are infected. We can make them better. We're the world government. We're here to help you. But I mean, in all reality, they're just trying to create giants. More or less, that's what I gathered from it.
Yeah, I think it was because Big Mom wanted giants.
I think was it Big Mom or was it the government?
No, it was Big Mom. Caesar's not a part of the government.
But he's part of but he's under Doflamingo, and who's a warlord at the time.
Well, Caesar's working to make fake devil fruits for.
Yeah, I mean, he was under Vega. Caesar was under. Well, actually, yes, Caesar was under Vegapunk. So, oh yeah, I guess that's another thing.
I mean, Caesar's not really a part of anything anymore, like other than Doflamingo. So I wouldn't say he's working for a pirate, not the world government.
Right. Well, now he is, but
I mean, Doflamingo is a pirate.
Yeah, but I mean, Doflamingo was a warlord when Caesar caused the accident on the island, though. Yeah, they just weren't affiliated yet.
I mean, yes, but I don't consider Caesar, like at that time, being a part of the world government or even Doflamingo, other than just like
wasn't
a
Caesar
warlord.
part of the but wasn't Caesar part of the science division in the Marines?
Yeah, but that's before this. He's not during Punk Hazard. He isn't a part of it.
Right. But in the flashback, I mean, the flashback's still relevant, though. Yeah, it's kind of empty. I mean, high D, mid C. That's where I'd kind of let it fall. Or high D, low C.
Adrian, where do you want to put this?
D.
D. Do you want to put it above or below Little Garden?
Little Garden.
The dinosaur.
Little Garden,
with the giants.
Yeah, Little Gardens with the Dorian Brogy.
Below it.
Below it.
Okay. Do you want to put it above or below Amazon Lily?
Below it.
Jeez.
Above or below Sierra Village, the Usopp arc?
I have to put it above it. I'm sorry. I have to stop you there.
Above it.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
you.
fine with putting it between those two then.
All right.
All right, let's move on
To
Dressrosa.
Dressrosa. How long did Dressrosa go on for? Like 2.5 years?
I think it was just over 2 years. Okay, so let me talk about it first. Okay, so Dressrosa is the arc right after Punk Hazard, where the crew and Law, after they have alliance now, they go there to take down Doflamingo and his crew. And oh man, this arc, I think it's
a fucking journey.
This feels kind of like Thriller Bark to me, just because there's a lot of good moments, even great moments, but a lot of so much just running around and the pacing is terrible. Like it was pretty rough in the manga too, but the anime, oh man, it's so bad.
Like if you could give the well, because Chris, you read the manga and you watched the anime, so if you could give it a score of 0 to 100 for the manga, for the manga and one for the anime, how do they stack up to each other in terms of pacing? Anime, I don't see it going above a 60%.
Yeah, the anime, I think they were doing not even one chapter per episodes during it. So it was pretty bad, and I assume there's filler. I don't really remember that arc too much, just because it's like a lot of running around, and because we need to get to this plateau. Oh no, now this plateau.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
the geography of the island almost makes no sense to me. So it's like a giant hill, then there's a village below it, and then they have a black market village below that. It's the whole island is just it's screwy, the whole island.
Yeah, but I mean, there were some cool moments, like Sabo showing up again. I know Adrian hates Sabo, but that was cool seeing Sabo again, along with just the that he's a part of the Revolutionary Army with Koala, that girl from Fishman Island flashback. Like that was super cool to see that.
Right.
Same with like Big Mom showing up, like to fight the Straw Hats as well when Sanji's leaving. And I did really enjoy Law's flashback as well.
Yeah, Law's flashback was Law had probably one of the saddest stories I think in the series, in terms of just backstories of a character.
Mm-hmm. As for ranking, I C, somewhere low to middle C.
So, okay, I can understand C. I like lows. Like, do you think I like mid, low, C?
Yeah. Like, what are your thoughts on it, Popo?
Well, the thing about Dressrosa is bittersweet for me. Like, I'm rewatching it right now. I'm at the part where, like, we were talking about this earlier. I'm at the part where Luffy's running up the barrier stairs. At least that's the episode where I left off at. But first off, the Coliseum did not need to be that long. I don't think that should have gone past like 4 or 5. That really should have been just snippets. I mean, it was more so just a flex to see like what the the capabilities of the soon-to-be Straw Hat Grand Fleet. Plus, it was just kind of like it's like they were kind of fight mongering a little bit just to kind of flex everyone's strengths a bit. We got to see like how Luffy stacks up to some upper tier lackeys, I guess.
I think there's just too many characters.
There's so many characters that gets thrown into here.
Like each block of the tournament had like 7 to 10 named characters in them. Like you don't need to know all these characters' names.
Definitely not.
Like I get they're going to be in the Grand Fleet eventually, but man, especially like they showed most of the fights and stuff in those. It just took a long time.
I gotta look at some stats really quick.
Adrian, what were your thoughts in ranking for this arc?
I wanted to like this one. I really wanted to, because people kept hyping this arc. When I was like researching like future arcs of One Piece, but it never clicked for me. It felt dragged out too long. It's like 100 chapters in the manga.
It's what is it here?
Come on.
118 episodes, 102 chapters.
Yeah, 102 chapters. It just dragged out. I really like the Don as the main villain. I don't know. There's nothing really memorable besides the epic moment with what's his name, Usopp, when it's revealed that he has observer hockey.
Oh yeah. Then I mean, the reason why I was saying it was bittersweet is just because I love Doflamingo as a character. I think he's my favorite. He's probably going to end up being my favorite villain in this whole series.
See, I liked him more before this arc than I did after it was over.
Right, but when I heard what his devil fruit was, I knew he had to be we already knew that he had the ability to control people or to just make people do things against their will. And I mean, it's just ironic because he used to be a celestial dragon, and they can just make people do whatever they want, and he can do that now as a criminal. I mean, it's fitting, more or less. Like, his power is fitting, but we get to see like a lot of Oda's creativity. I mean, Doflamingo can just fly. He can just stick his strings to clouds and just fucking fly out anywhere he wants to go, as long as there's like a semi-cloudy day with at whatever more or less speed he wants to. Not to mention, he comes back to take. We get to see like an entire empire rise, fall, and more or less rebuild itself, or at least get to the point where it's rebuilding itself. So that was interesting to me. However, that the pacing outweighs so much. The redeeming factors of the whole arc to me are Doflamingo, Law's flashback, Gear 4, and of course, Moosey. Moosey, let me tell you, Moosey deserves the One Piece. I mean, there's no question about it. But I've said that about 16 characters so far already.
Let's put it on the list now.
Where do you want to put it?
Oh yeah. I would put it at the very highest, the bottom of B, lowest, bottom of C.
I'm okay with putting it in the middle of C.
Middle of C.
I would say lower C.
Lower of C.
All right. So these are the lower tier of C. We have Logtown, Twin Peaks, and Luffy like flashback post-war arc.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, pacing just outweighs so much of it, so I'd have to put it below those three. Directly in the middle of C would be perfect.
Yeah.
I would agree.
All right. Okay, next arc we have Zoarc. The crew splits up in Dressrosa. Half the crew stays and fights the Doflamingo family, while the rest go to find a giant elephant. And
it's just walking in the ocean for no reason whatsoever.
Well, it has to.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just so out of left field. Just, what can I do to shake things up a bit more than I already did? I know. Let's have an elephant with 16-mile long legs that can just walk in the ocean like it's in a puddle.
I kind of like it, as an island kind of thing.
I mean, Chris, you you were with me on my journey when I was going through the whole series, and I'm just sending you random clips of things that are just dude, what is this? It's just so stupid, but it's so entertaining and it's so creative, and it's just what I love about Oda.
The art of the elephant was really impressive in the manga.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta say that this arc is good. I really like this arc. You get to meet Pedro, Carrot, more world building.
You get to meet a new race.
Yeah,
I mean,
new race.
Chris mentioned
the mink, but also kind of see how the severity of the other emperors are. Big Mom and Kaido. It's just more world building. I really liked it. I'm gonna say this is within probably B or A.
Really?
I don't know, I just liked it. I think it was just after everything that we've been through with Punk Hazard, Dressrosa, it was just refreshing for this. It just felt like it was one of those arcs in the second half of One Piece that just felt refreshing.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't rank it as high. I would say mid to low B for myself.
Okay.
Just because, Like it's good, but not like overall One Piece good for me.
It wasn't super long either, was it?
No, it was super short. And the one thing it did like introduce is like pretty much introduce the end game of One Piece, like what we need to do, because you like laid out like you need to find these polyglyphs to get the One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
So it was definitely like end game building, and like we're going to Wano after we get Sanji, and this is the plan for the end, like to the end of the series essentially.
Oh yeah, we also get our final. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, we get our final roster. The longest name ever, the Ninja Pirates Samurai Mink Alliance. Even though there's only one ninja, but they have to point it out. I mean, yeah, there's not really one ninja, but you know, we'll get there. Who knows? Maybe Kakashi will make an appearance.
I'm gonna say lower B.
Lower B.
Lower B.
Okay. What about you, Popo?
I want to put it in. I almost want to put it in high C, but it still feels a little disrespectful. But I would put it above Drum Island. At least so. Yeah, low B I can live with.
Yeah, I would put it higher than.
Do I put it like right after Drum Island?
No, before.
Kind of want to put it
Actually,
afterwards.
What's above? What do we have above Drum Island right now?
All right, so it's from the mid of B, we have Orange Island, the Buggy Arc, Drum Island, and then Impel Down at the bottom of C.
What's after what's after Orange Island?
We have Skypia.
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 I enjoyed Zoe more than Skypia. Information what you will. So, how do you guys feel? Do you guys feel above or below Skypia?
Below Skypia for me.
Below. What about you, Adrian?
Above Skypedia.
Skypedia. I like that name better. Skypedia.
I mean, it is good, but it's very much a transitional arc until the next arc.
But I'm just trying to compare the two. Like if I think about Skypia and I think about Zoe, I just enjoyed Zoe. I enjoyed watching Zoe more. Skypia was just such a chore to watch. So I'm going above Skypia. So
Thank you.
Can you live with that, Chris?
That's fine.
Yeah. Can't take your side all the time. I have to choose Adrian every now and again.
Okay. The next arc is the Whole Cake Island arc.
Oh God.
This is where the Straw Hats must go to save Sanji from Big Mom and getting married.
Oh yeah, then we find out that Sanji has a whole ass family. And he's the black sheep. Black leg, black sheep. There you go. Let's see. We get to see that Big Mom is a thought. She is the biggest thought in the world of One Piece. Like with what? Like how many husbands does she have again, Chris?
42 husbands.
42 husbands, and what? She had like 76 kids. Oh, she has like 80 something
I think
kids.
It's like 80 something. Yeah.
I gotta let me look up Big Mom Pirates because I gotta do a body count real quick.
All right, Adrian, what is your thoughts and ranking of this arc?
Hold on. Is Popo gonna look up Big Mom Rule 34?
No, that's for DNY After Dark.
This is not DNY.
But okay.
DNY died.
All right.
Cut this out.
We're good.
All right.
Popo said the forbidden word. DNY. You don't say that word.
All right. So I think this was at the time. This was one of my favorite post time skip arcs, just because I really like the different islands, like the different food islands, were super creative, and the children were kind of fun, even though most of them didn't really do anything in this arc. That being said, I would still say like B tier at best, around there. Even the Sanji stuff didn't really pay off as much as I wanted. Like oh look, Sanji was actually had a family that cared for him, and that, well, it's not care for him, but he had a family and he had like this past to him. But I don't know, like I would have liked more of a, like, him and his dad actually like talking or something at the end.
Agree.
That being said, I did
I
like.
feel like
Go ahead.
I don't know. It just seems like I mean, them not having very much conversation or real dialogue. It's a little bit of a letdown, but it also kind of displays the dynamic of what their family looks like and just how how much distance Sanji was willing to put between them.
I guess I want more closure for the characters.
More close. Yeah, I could see it, but at the same time, I think it fits. Like it just fits. It fits a little bit better to me. But
it's like to introduce this thing that we didn't really know about until this arc, and then kind of just like leave it without really, I don't know, good. Maybe they'll come back or something. I don't know. I just feel like they could have done more with those characters.
I have a feeling they're gonna have a role to play in the final war.
Probably.
But one thing I will say, I think I like the artwork on this arc the most so far. Up to this point, but just I like the colorful aspect. It was the homies were so creepy. I mean, Nami kind of whipped King Bomb a little bit. Then she takes she kind of apprehends Zeus. Luffy's fights and his Luffy had some of the best fights in this series. I love Katakuri as a villain. I almost wanted him to become a Straw Hat, but that's never gonna happen. But
that being said, the anime, I feel like they dragged it out like way too long.
Well, because they needed to get Wano more established, yeah. So that's kind of because when
I guess it was like a 12-hour fight or something, but still, it felt super long in the anime.
The fight between him and Cracker didn't need to be that long, I don't think. But I think Oda just wanted to do it just to show just how difficult some of these he just wanted to show flex the difficulty of the commanders.
Exactly.
I'm kind of upset that did we really have any combat between any of the Straw Hats and Smoothie?
We did not. Nope.
Okay. I'm glad we didn't, just because it would have been pointless. But it would have been nice to see what she could do, but it would have been too much. But seeing you got Big Mom's flashback. We have Mother Carmel. I think when I counted, she had at least 65 kids.
Well, she ran an orphanage.
Oh no, not Madame Carmel. Mother Carmel. Big Mom had at least 65 kids. Just from what I didn't want to click on every single kid's wiki just to see what their relation was. But because she had a couple of members that were in her pirate crew that weren't actually family members, even though it was really just Capone and someone else. But and Peckham's. Where I'd put this, high B, low A. Okay, just because I really like the Katakuri fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Katakuri to me was just he was a character that's just he's misunderstood. He has honor. That much I'll say. We learned this when Luffy kind of gets cheap shotted and then he stabs himself to kind of even the playing field a bit. He respected Luffy enough to want to fight him on equal terms. And that's just something I appreciated.
High B.
High B?
High B.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I would say B as well.
What's at the top of B right now?
The top 3 in B are Jaya, Fishman Island, and Zoe.
I'm cool with putting it at the top of B.
Yeah, I think I
agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was nice to see like Sanji use his cooking skills, since we don't really see that for his character as that much. We just know we know he cooks good well, but
I mean, whenever we do see him, it's always in a filler arc.
Exactly. So it's nice to see in actual storyline that he saves the day with his cooking.
Didn't Luffy knock out 10,000 pirates too?
That was Fishman Island. All right, let's move on.
Yeah. What do we have next?
The next arc is the Reverie arc, which you can say is a part of the Wano, but we'll just count it as its own arc. Man, this arc is hard to. I guess I can just start with the description. This arc is the meeting of the kings. The thing. This meeting has been talked about since Alabasta. That's coming up. It's it's coming. Don't worry, we'll get to eventually. And man, this, despite being 10 chapters or 10 episodes, this arc is up. This arc is a banger. So many great reveals. So many what's gonna happen next? I want to know. Show us.
They leave so many unanswered questions. What the hell's Jewelry Bonnie doing there? Is Kuma dead?
Well, Kuma's not dead. He's a slave, essentially.
Yeah. But I mean, is he going to be relevant anymore? I guess. I mean, is his character dead, more or less?
Oh, yeah, his mind.
Yeah. Can he be even can he even be redeemed at all? Can they even rescue him, or are they just going there to put him out of his misery?
I think Bonnie was going to.
Did Sabo break in too? Or
yes, the revolutionary armies were there to save Kuma.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the kings talking about getting rid of the warlords as well during this arc, and
then Kobe's unit gets because Kobe's part of Sword now. Yeah,
that's not until later. That's Wano.
Okay.
Yeah, but during this arc, we meet Imu, the head of, I guess, the entire government, maybe.
Oh yeah, because he sits on the empty throne.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really know much about him, but
he's basically.
Yeah, go ahead, Adrian.
I mean, it's just basically revealed that the emperors are just not the emperors. The world government is his bitch.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, just straight up disrespects the throne that was a symbol for what the world government's pedestal is.
Don't forget, we see the giant straw hat as well.
Right,
in that freezer or whatever.
I don't know.
And then he's aware of BB, Blackbeard, and
that panel with there's the panel with because she was holding. They were Luffy. There's a knife in Shirahoshi's. Luffy and Blackbeard's was torn. I gotta remember that. I
think there was a knife in Vivi's.
Yeah, there was.
Because wasn't she holding Vivi's?
No, I think he was holding Luffy's.
Now, let me Google the panel.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly, but this arc was wild. And also, we forgot Shanks showing up.
Oh right, he just gets a meeting with the Gorosei, like he's going to an eye exam or something.
Yeah, he talks to the Gorosei about a certain someone, and he's like, "I'll take care of them." It's hard to rank this arc just because I feel like it's not complete.
There's so much unanswered stuff in here.
Exactly, but yeah, it's a good one.
For that, I would go low B, just because it left enough intrigue for me to actually want to know more.
I would say A. I liked it.
Yeah, I would say
you
A
want
as
to go
well.
A? Wow. Okay. Whereabouts in A, you think?
Hmm. Look at the list right now.
What are you thinking? High or low, Adrian?
I'm thinking like mid.
All right, so
Above, I would put it, if we're talking A, because I'm outnumbered here, I would put above Orange Island.
that's not an A.
Oh wait, what's after Romance Dawn then?
That's Davy Back fight.
Oh, Davy Back. Yeah, I put it above Davy Back. What's after that though? Or what are the top? Okay, just reread A for me. Let's just do that.
All
Be
right,
the easiest
so
way.
top to bottom is Sabaody, Marineford, Alabasta, Bronte, Romance Dawn, and Davy Back fight.
I'll put it after Romance Dawn.
Right after Romance Dawn?
No, before.
Before? So would it go under or in the rank or over?
Over the rank.
Over the rank? Okay. I can agree with that for the most part. I mean, I still think it kind of falls in B, but I mean, I can admit when I'm beat, so I mean, I can roll with it more or less.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to rank that one, especially since we don't know the outcome of a lot of it or like context even for what's going on.
It just threw a bunch of like random tidbits of information at you, and then just kind of said, "Yeah, there you go. Do with this what you will."
A lot of like cool world building, but yeah, like you said.
Yeah. Though Eames' reveal was a shocker.
That's what
so yeah, I can understand A.
Oh wait.
But
how can we forget about what's his name? His obsession, Sabo's brother. He wants the
Stelly, yeah.
Yeah, he wants who does he want? Shirahoshi, right?
No, he wants the throne.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to rewatch the Reverie after this.
The anime was pretty bad because most of it was just flashback.
Mm. Do you think it was just better structured in the manga? Or like it was more to the point?
Yeah, I would just say if you're just going for information, just do the manga. Okay. Because anime you have to like skip through like flashback for 90% episode.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys want to talk about Wano?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's enough has happened for at least to have a little bit of a discussion.
Maybe not put it in a ranking yet, but just talk about it. I
mean, we can. One thing we could do is we could project where it's going to fall. I mean, based off what's happened so far, what would you guys rank it in terms of quality of an arc?
Adrian?
Okay, I don't remember where it left off in Wano. I think I'm just probably 10, 15 chapters behind. I'm gonna have to say it's definitely A tier. It's a good arc so far. I've been enjoying everything. Especially the fight with Kaido. Great. Phenomenal. And all the world building and all the things that are gonna lead up to next. So I'm gonna say A tier.
Kaido chopping off Orochi's head was pretty satisfying too. Even though we know he's not done, but but it was still good. It was still satisfying as fuck, dude. Fuck that guy. I hope he steps on a Lego for the rest of his life, every day, every minute.
Yeah, I would say A as well for just because Act 3 mostly. Act 1 is pretty good, setting up the arc, but
Act 1. They almost kind of restructured. They almost kind of sorry. Sorry, Chris. Keep going. I'll keep cutting you off.
So I liked Act 1 as well, just because it's like introduced to this new weird Japanese island, and we get to see like these new characters and like kind of what it's like to live in Wano, like the different areas, like the port towns or the main city. And you also get to see like the weird smile fruit users and how their bodies are
mm-hmm. The defective ones and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Act 2 slows down near the end like a lot. It's more of like characters going to the prison, which took a long time for me, at least. And with Act 3, we have the flashback, which is probably one of my favorite flashbacks of the series, but that's mainly because it's like Roger going through like the hits of the series, you know, like he's going to Skypia, he's going to Fishman Island, he's going to all the places we know and love. So yeah.
What were your thoughts? What were your guys' thoughts of Odin? Like his involvement in that whole thing. How do you think Odin was done? Do you think he was kind of a letdown a little bit?
No, not really.
In terms of character.
No, I think he was an excellent character.
I kind of found him annoying, but also it kind of showed him like falling for Orochi and Kaido's deception, I guess. It shows that he's just a fool. Like
he's Wano's Luffy.
He just fell for it, and then it led to his downfall. Yeah, I don't know. I found him kind of annoying, and the Roger stuff was the best part of the flashback.
Definitely.
Yeah.
His
his display of strength, though, with the and just determination with Kaido's challenge of him to stand in that pot of boiling oil for an hour was I enjoyed that. It was like it was redemption for him, but he was kind of a clown, almost as much as Buggy. Except that Buggy's actually gonna find the One Piece because he's breathing.
I mean, didn't Odin find the One Piece?
Oh yeah, he did. But he's dead. I just want to find a reason to hate him. But yeah, I mean, it was kind of cool. It was cool to see that we got a little bit of a reminiscent. We got some reminiscing with Ace and how what's her? I'm forgetting names now. The little girl with the cheek dumplings, whatever she's got.
Otama.
Yeah. Because we've got her kind of palling around with Ace, and Ace promising to take her out to sea, and then her bumping into Luffy. So now we kind of feels like Luffy can. He's probably not gonna. I mean, honestly, she's probably not going out to sea with them, but it's almost like Luffy knows that that's something he can include on his journey. Like he can fulfill Ace's promise to her. So like that's something he could do, and like once like the series is coming to an end, I guess. So that's kind of that's just kind of it's just like neat. But we've got probably one of the more interesting art styles throughout the whole series.
They essentially rebooted the anime with like
more or less. That like when I was trying to cut you off earlier, I was trying to say like they pretty much just redid the whole. They revamped the whole series more or less.
Mm-hmm.
I know Adrian. I know you didn't see the anime for this, but or have you seen any of the anime episodes of Wano at all?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay.
No.
I would if you do, I'd recommend checking out the one where Zoro fights Killer, because how they animated that was beautiful. Like it was just so epic. But Zoro just pulls the scythe out of his shoulder. Just here, sweet, I have a third sword now. He just puts it in his mouth and just goes to town. But we got to see Luffy training in the prison. We got to meet Oda's version of Old Man Onoki and the Yakuza boss. I think it has the potential to be S tier depending on how it ends. Like, if the Straw Hats actually... Do you think the Straw Hats are actually going to defeat Kaido in this arc, or do you think it's going to get dragged out to another one? You think they have to?
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're in the end game now. This is it. There's probably like 2 or 3 more arcs left.
No, I still think it can come. They can squeeze another 500 episodes out. I don't want them to, but I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Oh, I'm not saying it's ending anytime soon. I'm just saying there's only a couple arcs left, I feel.
But we're in we are in single digit arcs remaining, but I almost want to slide it into S tier, like, potentially, but as of right now it's mid A. Like, it's drawn out, but I'm not as mad about it being drawn out.
Agree.
Yeah, I'm kind of used to it at this point with the
like we're all broken.
Skip.
We're all broken by this point. So you know what? Just make it as long as you want. Just make it look cool.
We just want the ending.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? They're just gonna squeeze the whole ending into one episode. It's gonna be a 45-minute special with 35 minutes of recap.
Oda's gonna pull Berserk on us.
I didn't see Berserk, so I don't.
Yeah, and die. It's like the true One Piece was in you the entire time. Goodbye,
the
world.
The true One Piece are you, the readers. Wasted time.
I mean, it's called Laugh Tale, so it's probably a joke either way.
Yeah.
What if it's like, at this very final moment, Oda's like, I hid all my treasure in one piece. The true ending. Somewhere in this world. Go find it.
I mean, Buggy's gonna be mad when I mean, do you think the One Piece is actually like treasure? Like, is there any treasure involved in the actual One Piece, or it's just a secret?
Way. Well, I know it's at least knowledge about the history, but it's something else too.
What if it's knowledge that they know that they're in a manga?
What if it's like the One Piece manga is the One Piece?
This is break the
It's like super meta, yeah.
Oh jeez.
That's why he laughed.
I mean, I saw a couple crazy theories about what the One Piece could be, and I'm kind of I almost don't.
We can save them for another video or something.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, dude, we've been going on for this. It's 4:00 right now for me. But, thanks, Adrian.
Oh, you had to kept rambling after every arc that we went through.
But enough rambling.
But I wasn't 70 minutes late. Let's do a recap. S to F. What we got?
All right. Starting with number 1, we have Water 7, followed by Enies Lobby, Arlong Park, Sabaody Archipelago, Marineford, Alabasta, Bronte, Reverie, Romance Dawn, Davy Backfight, Whole Cake Island, Jaya, Fishman Island, Zoe, Skypia, Orange Town, Drum Island, Impel Down, Return to Sabaody, Thriller Bark, Post Enies Lobby, Dressrosa, Log Town, Twin Capes, Post-War Arc, Little Garden, Amazon Lily, Punk Hazard, Syrup Village, and the last is Whiskey
We don't
Peak.
even know.
Whiskey Peak, sorry.
We don't even know the name.
It's so bad that we forgot about it.
Exactly. All right, guys. So that about wraps it up for our extensive tier list here. Probably do another one down the line once everything's all said and done with, when we're 45. But anyway, this has been the Logpose Lounge, and you've been with Popo, Chris, and Adrian. Until next time, guys, smash that like button, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and we'll see you next time. Peace.